Munch away. Do-do-do. Let's make sure. Yep, it's good. Stephen Fate. Yeah. Right. Oh. Okay. Police radio mission. level. Yeah. Da do da do da do. Yep. I'll eat salad, but eat a little bit.
Choo choo.
Hey, how's it going?
It is going. It's raining outside.
Yeah. The rain missed, but they're about 100 miles here forward right now.
Yeah, it just didn't rain. Lots and lots of rain here.
All right. So I gotta make up Sass's character, but I've already got an agreement on what it is. So
Woo.
we are in good shape.
So now you got Sass, and now you need to finish up Edisdian or whatever you're gonna do.
Right. Esdian is the last I think I really need to worry about. So
Yep.
and I got time for that. So should be interesting. Oh, and I got technically I got to do Wolfham's, but we're just modifying a character we found on the internet.
Yeah.
Lot.
Plus, all we really need to do is have him in for the first game, and then you can just run him as an NPC.
Yep. Yep.
Then after that, there's just the read through of whatever. I just need to finish stage 2 and 3 of Tristan's intro, and I'll be fine. Once that intro is. Yep. I need to. Then once I'm done with that, I need to redo the entire general info stuff that I did from over a year ago, because I actually did a few things before boxing everything up.
Yeah. What, love? Yeah, I am. Speaking of that, hi, Sass. He's on. He's actually looking at my YouTube. So. Yep. So we got. We're getting there. We're almost done. We're almost ready. The chaos is about to happen.
Yeah, we're almost ready for superheroes.
Yep.
Lord help us all.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah. There's only 3 characters I think SAS would want to run right now, and I'm trying to figure out which one he's gonna run. The obvious one, the not so obvious one, or the other not so obvious one.
Why am I going into a sewer grate to get a bank robbery? Okay, whatever.
Didn't you know, Dave, that all bank robberies include sewer grates at some point in time?
Owl? Really? Hey, you idiots did that.
Also, TYT shut down their polling system
Mm-hmm.
after the trolls decided that they were going to force them to talk about Del Trump for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Trump fucking won the poll like 4 times, and TYT's like, nope, 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 nope. It's like, you should at least try.
Yeah.
But they're so far up certain people's payroll, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah. Victor has defeated our master. Yeah. Because he was a cakewalk. What the heck? Oh,
You defeated our master. He was a giant karate wielding rat. Now me and my 3 turtle brothers must kill you.
Yeah. No, it wasn't quite that bad, but it was funny. Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, okay, you're not going to do any damage to me at all. Awesome. Good job. All right.
um, look,
Yeah, the guy looked actually more like the sorcerer from with the big hat from Big Trouble with Little China. Actually, so correct genre, wrong movie. And
SDN asked in main chat whether or not that means Pathfinder is backburnered for a while.
yes, it is.
Yeah, I figured it would be.
It is just because like I said, I'm just
Yeah.
okay. So now I'm supposed to find another teller. Where in the other teller?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
I tell you with all honesty that the only reason my character is even still in the game in her current capacity is because Alistair asked her to. She would have been gone with the first ship.
mm-hmm.
Her story was pretty much over once
Mhm.
Alistair, once the contract was fulfilled. That's just how the mercenary life worked.
How did Lightfinger defeat us? It is impossible, brothers. Where is the other idiot? Oh, there it is.
He defeated you using the power of rainbows. That's how.
Yeah, there you go. I'm everywhere. Yeah, well,
And and Tiger King was finally defeated by a 10-year-old movie on Netflix.
yep. Not surprised.
And it's not even that good of a 10-year-old movie. Like, I'd expected to get beat out by RoboCop or something like that. But no. It has to be beat out by the very first of the Minion Saga movies. I'm just like, whatever. I didn't think that many families or people that wanted to have families watched Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, we had fun today. I took Christina having a driver's lesson.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That was
Aren't you running, Dave? This Heroes game? SAS asked me in messages who's
For
going to run
what? For which one?
the superheroes game.
Oh yeah, I'm running the Super.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm running it. It's gonna be Friday nights.
I'm surprised SAS can actually play with us on Fridays, but then again, he's kind of stuck in the middle of oh my god science
Yeah. But
currently.
yeah. But yep, nope, he's gonna join us. I wanted him to join us because I know Rose so much. So.
Yeah.
So we've got six people. We got six people,
Other than
right?
Suman.
If not counting Sumi, I've got SDN, Mark, Ron, you, Ray, and Tess.
SAS.
So, yep. And I
Might
could
be nice.
have more if I wanted it, but no, six is fine. Six and 6.5 is fine.
Yeah, 6 and somebody that shows up once in a blue moon is just
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Well, like I said, 6.5 is fine. So I mean, I'm good. So, and technically, it could technically be 7.5
Why is that?
because I haven't asked Christine. So,
Cool.
so there's always a possibility. I'm going to get my butt kicked now.
Well,
This is the I am going to get my butt kicked issue about to happen here. Throw you out because I don't trust you. Okay, you got to go to that. And where is the idiots robbing the bank? Oh, it's Nemesis. You got to be kidding me. It's Nemesis.
well,
Oh well, that's all right.
as the end. Well,
Yeah, I can't right now.
I,
Because,
I'm only a fan of a very, very small amount of superhero. And I only really got to comic book like superheroes like less than like 2007, I think it was 2008, something along those lines. When Dave actually started getting me interested in that sort of stuff, and even then, it's not that big of a.
oh my god. Ah, the character's name I'm fighting. Shock treatment. He looks like he looks like Riff Raff from the character's been designed like Riff Raff from the Shock Treatment sequel. Thwart the escape. Okay, that's pretty much thwarting the escape. There's
Cool.
guys. I was going to say, excuse me, I took the guys out already. Thank you. Mission complete. Vandals are causing mayhem. You've got a temporary power. You've got mail. Yeah, that didn't really. Dude, why are you wearing tails and you're a cop? Let's see who the Vandals are today.
No, SS. I'm not surprised you're playing at all. Actually, I'm actually happy you're playing with us.
Yep, I am too.
It's been a long time since I actually played a game with you.
Well, since I last did the supers.
Yeah,
Really?
the last time we played Supers was the last time I played with this.
Yeah,
It's been
that
a
was
long
over
time.
almost 2 years.
I actually had fun playing with them.
Yep, that was almost 2 years. You know what?
That was what, 3 years ago now, at
Two,
least.
yeah, 2 years, a minimum. Vandals defeated. 1 minute 30 left on your thing.
Shit.
Okay, that's. Yeah, someone's chatting with me. Joe Tobin's on with me, love. And I've got
Hello.
Curtis, aka SAS, is on the on YouTube chat. So, and Esdian somewhere. I don't know if Esdian's actually watching me stream or not.
I need to get a haircut so I can actually wash my fucking skull. I haven't had a haircut since October.
Okay, who's throwing the rock behind me? Really? A werewolf. Hi, werewolf. Doing it. Done. I have a barrel in response. Um,
No, not yet. I look like a lumberjack who's been out in the woods for a few years at this point in my hair evolution.
when you
All I'm missing is the flannel shirt, the terrible string jeans, and a terrible off-brand beer to sell on television.
No.
That I could be an '80s lumberjack.
No, you probably don't want.
Hmm?
Oh, never mind. You don't want that song.
Oh man. Like seriously, I lost my trimmer during the move, so I haven't been able to trim my beard. I haven't had a haircut since October, so it's getting really long and scraggly. All that needs to go.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to talk to her because the character that she was going to do in the D&D game actually would actually
Who are you
work.
talking to, Dave? You're not.
No, I'm talking to. You got to remember, I'm broadcasting to both Twitch and to YouTube, so I'm talking on
I thought you
YouTube.
were talking to.
I'm talking to YouTube.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the wifey.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I'm saying wifey needs. I'm thinking I'm going to talk to wifey about possibly playing. So I don't know if she not, but I don't know.
The only person we're missing from the only person other than Dubs we're missing from the last Supers game, and I know Dubs just doesn't really want to play tabletops with us right now, is Timid. And I don't know if she's gonna play at all.
No, she's not playing.
Yeah, I figured she'd be out.
No, she ain't playing. I've talked to her a little bit, but
Makes me sad.
yeah, that's just.
I'd be an entertaining character. Or
Mm. What bonus time?
And I know Numbers casts on Fridays.
Yeah, numbers isn't. I will. I will say yes. I will. Yeah. Well, yeah. Numbers stopped by yesterday.
I don't think you could run 2 games a week now without going completely off the cliff like last time. Honestly, not right now.
No, I wouldn't want to try it at this point. Why am I getting attacked?
Like,
I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm not gaining anything. I'm really playing this except for a bit of experience. Oh well, okay. Orange recipe might be worth it. I don't know.
mm. I thought Snooker won the world title in WWF.
Who? Snuka? No.
I could have sworn he won the world title.
Nope. I think he had maybe the Intercontinental, but he never had the world. Because
Weird.
Because-
I thought I remembered him winning it, but that may have been somebody else.
first person of color to actually win WWE title, I think was either Rocker or Ron Simmons. I don't know. Might have been wrong. But it was part of the Nation of Domination thing, so I mean same group. So yeah, it wasn't. I know Snooker didn't never, but I think he might have been Intercontinental at one point. I don't remember.
Back when the Intercontinental meant something.
Yeah.
It's back to being worthless again, from what I understand.
Well, yeah.
Like, the only time that was worthwhile was when it was on Miz. Unfortunately, every time they take the belt off of Miz, they job him out instead of actually giving him the world title.
Yeah. Now they got too many good people now that they're not going to be able to.
They can still fucking put the belt on Miz. They just don't want to.
I don't want.
Like, Miz is the best heel they have right now.
Oh, I would disagree with that, just because of what.
Well, I see Bray slash the Fiend as the second best heel they've got.
Okay, fair
Miz
enough.
has always been the best heel.
Okay, well,
they've had.
He's been the best on the microphone. That's for darn sure.
Like,
but
please,
yeah.
there's no contest. Turn Miz heel and give him the world title and just let him go for like 6 months with the title.
Yeah. Well, they've got it. They got him with since Morrison came back. They're doing the tag team stuff right now.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. I don't mind them giving him the tag title run with Morrison again. That gives Morrison something to do until they figure out what they're going to do with him.
Mm.
That's really why they put him and Morrison together, was that they didn't have anything for Morrison to do, so they might as well just give him the tag titles.
Yep. Well, I mean, they just got Morrison back, and it's logical to reintroduce him as being tag.
Yeah, even though they dumped a fuck ton of talent, they still need to dump a ton more talent.
I mean, they do have 3 shows. They do technically have 4 shows too, but
look,
But
I've always felt that WWE has had way too much talent. And
oh
that's
yeah,
the main reason it's dragged down in the last couple
uh,
well,
I
decades. Is that it's had too much talent and it's relied too much on just one person selling the entire damn product
mm-hmm.
for the last 15 years.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you. I agree with you. I think that
Hmm?
I agree with you that it's been ridiculous. And
Yeah, it's been the John Cena show for about 15, 20 years.
yeah, well, Cena's no longer around, and now they're floundering to find somebody to
Yeah.
Cena. And
No, what happened is Cena stopped selling merch. Is what happened.
no, he went movies.
Yeah, he stopped
Honestly,
selling merch and then he went to the movies. That's what
yeah,
happened. He
yeah.
stopped selling merch and he went to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not doing too well in the movies, but he's got
Well,
so much money, he's pretty much retiring anyway, so it doesn't matter.
right.
The problem is now WWE has realized that keeping Cena face for as long as they did was the worst economic move they could have made. And they should have turned him heel.
Yeah.
No. Because there's no way to turn him heel. Not unless they do it WCW style with like something like the NWO angle or like he actually resurrects the fucking Horseman.
Well,
That would be the only way they could turn him heel is if he resurrected.
oh no! You didn't see. You obviously didn't see what happened in the for WrestleMania between him and Wyatt. Wyatt was basically Wyatt. The entire thing about that was trying to turn Wyatt attempting to turn Cena back into the Thugonomics Cena, the heel Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, that was what the entire match was about. Was Wyatt trying to turn him back into the Thug, and just like the entire match between him and in between Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan was to turn Daniel back to being superface.
Yep.
And that actually, and that's what happened.
Danielson.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hmm?
It worked for Danielson, but
yeah, it did. It's so he's now back to superface, and that actually, well, let's be honest, that's what he should have been.
well, I've said this about Danielson ever since he was on his WrestleMania push, and ever since they brought him back, the only from injury, the only thing they could do with Danielson is keep him as a face. That's the only thing he can be because he's basically been put into Rob Van Dam territory now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he had heel work in the past; he's a face now.
Mm-hmm.
The only place he cannot be a face is outside of WWE.
Yeah.
Because as far as the fans are concerned, he's always going to be a face no matter what he does.
Exactly. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Glad to see you here.
The problem with Cena is that there were a lot of fans who remembered Cena as being a really good heel for about 2 or 3 years. And then he switched over to being a face and was nothing but a face.
Right. The reason for him to be a face and nothing but a face was an outside influence on the WWE. Let's be honest, because
it was Make-A-Wish.
Yeah,
it was the fact that he was selling all the merch in the world.
Yeah.
And Vince didn't want to give either of those up.
Right.
So but all the numbers, but Vince also forgets that Hogan was pretty much doing all of this shit up until about 6 months before he joined the NWO, or 2, and he joined the NWO, and look what fucking happened. He sold more merch in the first 6 months after turning heel than he had the previous 5 years combined. Right. I mean, for fuck's sakes, when a longtime heel suddenly turns face, they sell a lot of merch. When a longtime face turns heel, they sell a lot of merch. It's just how the system works. Because everybody likes to see a good heel turn into a bad guy. Everybody likes to see a good bad guy turn into a face. It's just how the system. This is what wrestling was built off of. Oh.
I agree. I agree.
And Vince forgot that. He forgot that with John. He forgot that John was once a heel who, and he only knew that the merch that could be gotten from face John Cena, not the fact that if Cena turns heel, he's going to sell at least 3 times as much merch for
a
at least
while.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah, for a while. Yeah, nope, I agree with you.
And then you could turn him back the face at another time. Look at Rock's Hollywood heel turn. For fuck's sakes, Rock had been a face for what, 5-6 years before his heel turn.
Well, he was a heel first too, though.
Yeah, he was.
No, take that back. He was originally
He was
a face,
and then he turned heel.
and then
when he joined the Nation.
Yeah, when he joined the Nation, he turned heel, and then he turned face, and then he turned heel, and then he turned. Yeah, then he started flipping back and forth a lot. I mean, and then
right before he went to Hollywood, he was a face, and when he came back from Hollywood, all the fans booed him, and he understood what the fans wanted, and he turned heel, and he sold fuck tons of merch. He understood what the fans wanted. He knew that the fans wanted him to be a heel, so he became a heel. And he cut some of the greatest heel promos you will ever fucking find during that time. Yep. I remember watching during that time, I'm like, my God.
Yeah, no, he's always been probably one of
better heel than he ever was a face.
I agree. I agree. Huh? Well, I agree with you on that. He was always a better heel. Just like Stone Cold.
He can be a really good face, but he's a much, much better heel.
Yeah, well, it's the exact opposite of Austin. Austin can be a really good heel, but he's much better as the face.
Yeah. Heel Austin is a man.
What, love? I know. I'm seeing it.
Well, you stick with me and Dave long enough, you'll understand the business.
Yeah, we talk about it's Red and Mike and Dubs jump in too, because they're the other 3 that are.
Yeah, absolutely banana-ramas about this shit.
Yeah, Red especially more than any of us.
Yeah, and yeah. Austin was possibly one of the greatest heels the business ever had, and yet he was a better face. Somehow he managed to be a better face than he was a heel.
Yep.
How he pulled off being a better face than a heel, Lord only knows, but he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because you couldn't tell that he was going to be a better face than he was a heel because of his his face work in WCW. Like, he was mostly a face in WCW, and you just couldn't tell. He just didn't do a whole lot.
Well, and he was also, back then, the thing is about what he was doing there was, he was with Pillman, and he was the Hollywood Blondes. I mean, he was mainly
him and Pillman, and
were basically, that's the entire thing, and that.
Yeah, that was their entire body of work, and that's all WCW ever wanted from them was to be the Hollywood Blondes. They just couldn't see them being a split-apart team.
Yep.
And one of the things I respected did Austin for the most was there was an interview between him and Bischoff where he literally thanked Bischoff for firing him because he said, if you hadn't fired me, I would have never became what I became.
Yeah.
You turned me into that. You
Yeah.
made me that angry.
Yeah, he had Bischoff on his podcast / WWE, and when he did that, when he said,
And Bischoff tried to walk himself out of it. It's like, no, you don't understand, Eric. He's actually complimenting you. You did a good thing in the long run. He may have helped bury WCW, but my God, you're the reason he buried WCW.
mm-hmm.
And then in a slightly convoluted way, you're the reason he became such a mega star. Because if he had stayed in WCW, he'd have been nobody.
Yep.
He would have been buried in the fucking pack.
Yep. He definitely would have been buried.
Because look at what they thought. Look at what they did to Jericho when he was over there. Jericho was pulling off some of the most amazing promos you'd ever find in WCW's fucking lower mid-carder.
Yep. Yep.
What the fuck? You've got Chris Jericho, young lion tamer Chris Jericho, back when he still fucking could do the middle rope moonsault and shit. Yeah, and you've got him on the lower mid card. What the fuck?
Well,
There's a reason WCW failed.
Yeah. And look what happened. The moment the Y2J countdown. Once that happened in the WWE, I was just like, okay, well, WCW, you blew it again.
Yeah, and he actually got heat for that opening promo from The Rock.
Well, yeah, that's because he interrupted The Rock doing it. It was, I mean, he immediately became, okay. Well, that set him up as being the heel because Rock was face at that time.
Yeah, and still, yet Jericho did a pretty damn good job his first year in the business.
Oh yeah.
Hell, 2 years into the business, he was undisputed. He was the first undisputed champion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that just shows the body of work he had and how much Vince actually saw value in him. Yep. Sure, Vince fucked people like DDP over, but then again, on the other hand, he fucking put rockets on Jericho's back and just let him go.
Put rockets on Jericho's back. He actually was going to smack, Booker T, and then ended up turning around and saying, you know what, Booker T's a good guy. I'm going to keep him going. And that's how we ended up with King Booker. Yeah. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I am not going against Circle of Thorns. Not who I'm supposed to be killing. I'm supposed to be killing Devouring Earth people.
Yeah.
Circle of Thorns, Circle of Thorns, Circle of Thorns.
But again, Booker T won his world championship while he was a heel.
Yep.
Because he flipped, and again, that sells. It goes back to the original part of the conversation we had, which is Vince missed his chance on making Cena heel. Now he really can.
No, and actually he won't be able to really because Cena is only really a part-timer at most at this point.
Yeah. And they hear Cena talk about his movie roles. He's overjoyed to play the bad guy. He's like, this is like living a dream.
Yeah, he's playing a villain in most of his movies, which is kind of funny. But
it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
I know
this
it's
is
Vince.
Great.
Yeah, it's Vince. Welcome to Vince being dumbass.
I know.
It always happens. Always.
Yeah, he always fucks something up. Eventually.
Well, I mean, he survives because he does a lot of good things, but then he runs them into the ground or he misses the boat on a lot of others, and that's his problem. Is that's and. Yeah. And you're right though about something else you said. There's just too many people in
There's too many people in WWE right now working. And
I understand that they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows currently. Really, 5 different
you
brands.
and that's the other problem Vince has. He has way too many shows running. I remember. I think it was back in the mid late 2000s, beginning of the 2010s, when Vince had fucking 6 shows a week running.
Yeah.
And basically he couldn't run them because there was just too much shit going on, and you had like 34 fucking pay-per-views reviews a year or some shit. It was not good watching.
Well, no, and the thing he's got 6 shows now. Because he's still got main event. He's still got main
That's
event.
just not healthy. He's losing more money than he's ever gonna make off of those 6 shows. Like,
well, he's saturating, and the problem is here's the problem. He's saturating, but what ends up happening is that you still have AW, you still have ROH, you still have they're still there as well, and New Japan wants to. Well, I mean they've cut back because of the situation currently, but New Japan wants to make it an American division. You know that?
yeah, I know. I saw that.
But of course, they haven't been able to do much with it because of what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's like what? And then you have MLW, which is actually doing pretty good. You've got a couple other little indies that are doing okay. They're not doing fantastic, but they're doing better. And it's just they're right now one of the biggest problems we've got, in my opinion.
Yeah. And let's not forget about NWA too.
Oh yeah, and NWA is there too. I forgot about NWA, and yeah, they're right now. There's just too much wrestling right now, and you're oversaturating the market.
Well, this is the. I was talking with a friend a few months ago, and I was mentioning to him about how wrestling cycles work, how you go from one cycle into another cycle, and how there's rises and falls and collapses, and how everything works. And I told him, right now, you need to prepare because in 3 years there isn't going to be half of these companies. They're all either gonna close shop because the money's gonna disappear here, or they're just gonna disappear altogether because they're gonna get merged. Because this is what happens in the business. This is how the business works. You get all of these mergers, and then I said there's gonna be when this is all over. There's gonna be 2, 3, maybe 4 big companies. I said I don't know if WWE is gonna survive this. Because economics, but if they do, they're not going to be even close to number 1. They'll be maybe number 3 in the new pile.
I don't think
everybody gets reshuffled.
No, but the WWE always seems to end up on top every time. Now they might be number 2 for a while,
they've only seen one reshuffling, Dave. The last reshuffling put them on top.
No, the first reshuffling put them on top. The second reshuffling put WCW on top until they retooled. So there's been. So that I disagree with you.
It's about every 20 years. You're right. Yeah, the last reshuffling put WCW on top, and the last reshuffling after that is the one that happened right at the end of it. Right at the end of it.
Well, yeah, and exactly, and that's. So I mean, we've seen
in the 5 year phase of everything's falling down.
Well, okay, WWE went on to when it was WWF went on top when they beat out when they got when they were doing the regional stuff, and AWA lost a certain individual by the name of Terry Bollea, who went to Vince.
Yep.
And then that turned around very shortly thereafter and lost the second person, which everybody will not remember that that Vince stole from AWA, and that was a person by the name of The Brain. And I'll tell you that it was Heenan that did more of that. It actually caused more of that destruction than anybody else. Really, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I said,
But everybody looks at Hogan, but that's
NWA, and then it became AWA, then it became WWE, and then WCW. But when WCW fucked up its role in the reshuffling, which WCW was given all of the tools to fucking break WWF at the time. They just never used them.
Yeah, they could have, and then they, as the Morgan Freeman voice says, then they fucked up.
Yeah. Well, everything that WCW could have done to guarantee their own failure against WWF in that war, they did. And they did twice. Nice.
Yep. Well,
and that's the major problem with the.
So they had three individuals. They have more than that, but I mean, they had seven individuals that they could have, that if they would have held on to all of them, WWE would have been hard for the WWE to recover.
I disagree. I think that if they had
Austin.
I think that WCW had about 10 people that if they had booked correctly, if they had ran correctly, that if they hadn't screwed them over in one way or another at one point in time or another, and that includes a few individuals that we know about today, that WCW would have just absolutely crushed WWE. It wouldn't have been competitive.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I say seven. I say seven.
Those individuals, I can name you off: Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
You're going the wrong. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Those are the guys that they did promote. I'm not talking about them.
Well, they screwed all four of those guys over at one point in time.
No, that's still not the people I'm talking about.
Then you've got Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit. Well,
there's two of them.
Perry Saturn.
I'm not really going to count Perry Saturn, but I am going to count Eddie Guerrero. I am going to count Austin on that.
They could have had Austin's a maybe. Austin is a maybe. I think I agree with Austin's view on himself before Bischoff got rid of him, which is he knew he was going nowhere, and even if he had gotten in an independent run, he would have done not a lot with it. Nobody really saw a lot in him.
Yeah.
At the time. And that includes Dusty. Dusty didn't see anything in Austin.
Right.
And Dusty could see, and Dusty saw jewels on fucking dunghills every other day. And, like, Dusty was bringing in people you never even heard of. Because that was the power of Dusty Rhodes. He was one of the greatest wrestling scouts the business ever had.
No. They screwed over Flair.
Yep. They fucked over Flair 3 times. Not just once, 3 times.
Yeah. So Flair, we'll put Flair on that list.
Yeah.
They had an individual on there that was who wasn't going very far. Then who came over to the WWE and became Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yep.
He's the other one.
Terrorizing. It's like, what the fuck was that name? That is the name of a jobber.
Yep. And so, Triple H would have been.
And again, that's more of an Austin situation there because In WCW, he probably wouldn't have done a whole lot.
No.
But that's even under the best circumstances, he probably would never have developed up into what he became, because WWF basically just gave him the full reign to go wild.
Yep.
Not to mention that he became quick friends with what would become the Clique, so.
Yep.
Yeah. There's
They had all sorts of went right for them, and
Yep. Everything that could have gone right for WCW went right. Everything that WCW should have done to guarantee themselves victory, they did wrong twice.
Yep.
That I will always contend that.
Mm-hmm. I hope we're not boring you guys about wrestling talk over there on YouTube.
We're not going to be boring them much longer.
Yeah, you got your time limit.
I've got time. Before I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's another 20 minutes before I poof off.
Yeah.
Because it's the weekend.
Mm-hmm. So. Hey, guys on YouTube, don't check out the driving lesson I attempted to give Christine today.
What was this? Oh yeah. But as I was saying, we're right now in the middle of what is the dark part of the hump. We came off the big one. Last 4 or 5 years has been nothing but darkness. Once this period is over, everything will start getting reshuffled again. WWE's current position isn't going to be number one. Now, get back to being number one.
I disagree. There's only one company that can beat them right now, and that's AEW. And AEW is not, even NXT is actually putting out more people.
Well, I'm going to say that I'm pointing my finger towards the East and towards Japan and towards NJPW.
If they get their act together,
isn't gonna,
If they get their act together towards it, yeah.
Well, they really can't right now, but once this whole situation blows over, you damn right they will. And I feel that they will be on the top of the new.
Oh, I can believe it. I can actually see that.
Now I don't see a lot of it from AEW right now, but in a few years when the whole wrestling situation settles, when all the mergers are done, and when the darkness is over, yes, AEW will be over WWE. Because by then, Vince will either be gone or retired. And all that'll be left running the company is Stephanie and Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
And they have both shown a great predominance in knowing absolutely nothing about how to do the business. Let's come together. Yes, Triple H knows how to run NXT. Or at least knew how to run NXT with the right people. But both of them together have shown a great incompetence in running the business together. And once Vince is gone, it's my fear that they won't know what to do.
I can see that.
And it will basically be what happened to NWA. NWA was on top of the heap for so long, and then the reshuffle happened, and it knocked them down.
Hmm.
And they didn't really recover ever from it. They just kind of just kept going down and down and down. And I don't know if that's going to happen to WWE or not. I can't tell you that because I don't know what's going to happen because the reshuffle hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
We're just starting the descent. Yeah. Like it's like people think, oh, these past few years have been bad. No, you haven't seen bad yet.
Mm-mm.
The bad times haven't even started for wrestling yet.
Mm-mm. Oh, I agree.
Like there's too many wrestlers, there's too many companies running shows. There's too many shows. There's too little people. There's too little people. The biggest company that runs wrestling has basically run wrestling for only one age group, which is 7 to 17-year-olds. Once they get past 17, they stop caring, and they move on with their life, which does not make a stable fan base. The NWA's grandfather tried a similar strategy to this and fell into the dust.
Yeah.
I'd like to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
This has been done before. History has shown that when this is done before, the company that does it doesn't survive what happens afterwards. Because you still got people like us, who were young enough, who were part of the teenage demographic back in the days of the in the height of the last reshuffling, when everything was at its height, when everything was moving at a fever pitch and nobody knew what was going to happen next. We literally didn't, because that's how good it was. It's like all we can tell people about is how great the good times were. We have not seen. Now, you've probably seen how bad the bad times have been if you follow the business long enough, because you've lived long enough to actually see a few downturns in the business.
Well, like I say, I started out watching AWA, so that should tell you something right there.
Yeah, exactly. You've seen how the reshufflings have happened. You've seen it the last time it was the last real time things went completely dark.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't, not in my lifetime. It hasn't happened in my lifetime yet, but it is. It's happening right now. We just don't know it yet. It's just how the cycle. Once the mergers end, once the non-needed talent gets cut down to the bone, once all the movements and shakes happen, there'll be a new deck. I can't tell you how that deck will look beyond the first 2 or 3, but it'll be a completely new deck, and it'll be a new world.
Yeah.
And that world will be ruled, and a new golden age will rise from it, and the generation of people, of kids who were being born in this time, or you're just growing up in this time, who get to watch just how bad the worst that WWE has ever brought out, and it will only become more of that as time goes by, due to how the descent works.
Mm-hmm.
They will be able to grow up in an era where they see the golden age again, where they will be able to tell the next generation about how there was only really good times. Like, they can remember just a little bit of the bad times.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly all they saw was the rocket going straight up. About how this guy did this guy, about how this complete unknown moved from company A to company B and became this big megastar. That's what it's going to be, because that's what it was before, and that's what it was before.
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth until the beginning of the business, because that's how everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's rises and there's falls.
Oh yeah.
It's just how things work. Like I told you, I'm not sure WWE will survive this reshuffling. But if they do, they're not going to be on top. They just can't. There's no way for them to be. They're the ones who orchestrated this entire thing, the entire system is what it is. They're the reason why AEW isn't drawing what it should be drawing. AEW should be drawing twice the numbers of what it's drawing right now. I can tell you that to your face, legitimately. I've seen what products, I've watched the matches. They should be drawing twice as much.
Oh, I agree with you on that.
Huh?
I
You
agree with you.
me?
Yeah.
But they aren't because they can't because the main competitor has made it where nobody past a certain age group cares. It's wrestling's just for kids. That's what they've grown up to believe. Wrestling is just for kids. It's no longer what it was back when I was young, which is wrestling is fake. And that was the greatest excuse against it. It's now wrestling's just for kids. Because that's what Vince made it.
Yep. Oh, who? Where's the sniper?
And
Okay, enough with the sniping.
and honestly, even if Stephanie and Paul Levesque are even half the economic minds that Vince was, I don't think they could handle the downturn that's already going on. Nonetheless, that's going to happen. It's only going to get worse. It's only got worse. Like, we're just starting into the darkness. We haven't even reached the peak of it. And once it happens, we'll know.
More.
Because you'll start seeing places like ROH and Impact talk about merging and shit like that. Maybe, I don't know if the NWA will survive it, but they've pretty much survived everything thrown at it so far. They are the previous cockroach. So we'll see if they survive it or not. No doubt due to Impact's radiation-proof shielding, it will survive. Because it's survived its death God knows how many times at this point.
Yeah.
I can see ROH and maybe if MLW and a few others merging in with AEW as time goes on. Especially as things get darker. It's just gonna happen. There's nothing that can be done. AEW already ripped the heart and lungs out of ROH when they did their first event. That they got 80% of their talent and never looked back. ROH is on bad legs already. It's
the only reason ROH is surviving as it is, to be honest, is because of that contract they've got with JPW.
Yep. And NJPW is the only thing keeping them alive.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't merge with AEW, I'd expect them to merge with NJPW and basically move all of their talent over to NJPW America.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually what I expect is going to happen.
Yep, I expect that's going to be the first of the mergers / dissolutions in the future.
Yep.
I would agree with you. That's when
you
know it's begun.
Yep. I agree with you. I agree.
It's only a matter of time. Right. And there's nothing that can be done. It's just how it works. Because Vince McMahon has not produced a superstar for his company in the last 15 years.
Well, he's tried, but
Huh?
He's tried.
He's tried, but he's failed every time.
Well, his latest.
How many guys has he tried to make into a superstar?
Well, he's back with another one right now. So, well, I mean, with one of his old ones, he's redoing it. So right now he's doing good though. So I don't know. We'll see. That's true.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true for now.
Yeah, it's Drew McIntyre. So I mean, that's the.
Yeah, well, we'll see what he does with Drew.
Yeah, that's
right
the key.
now. It's too early to tell.
Yeah, right.
It's a bold new world for Drew.
Yeah.
Triple H is out, so Triple H can't use his political weight to crush him. John Cena's out, so Cena can't use his political weight to make him a jobber. Roman Reigns, the fans overwhelmingly kicked to the curb to the point that Vince felt that he couldn't even be turned into a heel and just basically abandoned, which was the wrong move to make.
No, he's right now, because of the situation currently, Vince is pissed off at him for basically backing out of the biggest show of the year. Yeah, and that's more of the issue at this point, is that he backed out. And out of that, and it's, even though he had a completely legitimate reason for it, that doesn't fly when you're talking Vince, you know.
Yeah. Which means that all the things that Vince had going for him are gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly my point. He's gone. He's cooked. Like I said, it's a bold new world for Drew. The problem is he needs a face, and that face really can't be Danielson right now because he
Drew's a face. They turned Drew to face.
They turn a face.
They turned Drew McIntyre.
They made Drew a face?
Yes.
Okay. So they're going to need to find a heel for him then.
Yeah.
And the only heel who can compete with him is, I hate to say it, is Miz.
No, I'm going to agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's the only person who can compete with them. Like the Fiend is the next Undertaker. They can't really do him yet. They have to build him up.
Yeah.
He still needs time.
Well, and the person that they've got going up against him at the moment, I'm putting it, is Seth, who was another one of the failures. And Seth isn't making it yet, you know.
Yeah, Seth, and the only other person that's a possible heel counterpart is Braun, and Braun's the guy to go against the Fiend,
which is exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what they should be doing. They should be putting Braun up against the Fiend. He should have no business going up against Drew yet, because he needs time to cook as well.
Right. Well, Braun has the other title belt. Braun actually is the one that has. Yeah, Braun has the world championship, not the universal championship.
Yeah.
And of course,
because right now, the way things are, AJ is playing the role of what Ric Flair was when he came into WWE after WCW folded. Which is the guy that basically can rub off all of the charisma and charm and bring up young guys that Vince has never heard of and say, hey, this guy's really good. Good, how about you give him a chance?
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with AJ, in another fact that they got rid of Anderson and Gallows.
From what I've heard, AJ has only enjoyed his time in WWE.
Oh yeah, no, he loves WWE. Don't get me wrong, he does.
But he may leave just because the Vince kicked his two buddies to the curb.
I don't think he'll leave because of that, but it's definitely it might have been a wake up call to him too. But you know, you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. I want to see what happens there. The other, you know, they've got currently the three. They've got Cesaro and
Cesaro, the man that they should have been pushing for.
yeah. Well, they got him allied with Sami Zayn and Nakamura. Yeah, it's like, and they got the belt on. They got the Intercontinental belt on Zayn of all of the three.
Why? I understand why they don't have it on Shinsuke. Shinsuke's only in WWE for a vacation, and he's pretty much admitted it at this point. He's there for the vacation, and like his contract's gonna be up in like a year or two, and then he's going back to Japan. He's already made it pretty clear that the only reason he came to WWE was for a vacation.
Yeah. Yep.
Was to get away from the hard-hitting wrestling for a while. He'll go back to being an NJPW or Lord help WWE fucking getting AEW.
Nah, he ain't gonna go AEW. He'll go back to.
Yeah, he'll go back to Japan, and that'll be the end of it.
And he might become the face of New Japan America. Actually, what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that may be where he goes is in New Japan America, and that'll be that will pretty much guarantee New Japan as the top of the shuffle to me. Anyways, I'm gonna get off. It's 9:41.
Okay. I will talk.
I will see you later, Mr. Dave.
Alrighty. I will talk to you
Bye.
later. Have a good one. Now you can. Now you can. How many more of these idiots are going to kill? Gee, many Christmas. Okay, 13 more. Problem is there's two factions, and it's only counting one of the factions. Gosh, that's. Hope that counted. Find out in a moment. It's not council. Crap. Knock this fifth column. I can't do fifth column. But the council means I got to kill all of the vortex count. Yep, the vortex count. Okay. Wolfram here, it counts again. I know he's a wolf. There we go. I should now have 10 left. Yep. All right. Wolf or not wolf? Vortexes count. Galaxies count. Vortex. Okay. Get this done. Protect. Stop shooting me through walls there, stupid. Okay, finally. Or um okay. Oh well. Trees folly? Really? Okay. I mean, I gotta go to Breakdown. I need to create folly. mm, yeah. Oh my god. Lemon, cucumber, and ginger. Soak it for 24 hours and drink water. It's very good for you. Really should be making it every day and taking it. Listening. Use it. Yep. That's quick. They would be starting an ITF to do one of them. And You know what? Girl, it's time to finally do mission. Hey, Sean. Yeah, I'm still playing. I am in definite need of finding. Need to do the Midnighter storyline. It's skipping Christine, but I do need to do it. Hold off on it. The only way I'm going to be able to do the ITF is I got to do the damn storylines. Protect Councilman Hammett. I wonder if this freak show thing will let me walk through. I hear them voices. They talk to me. Come on. Oh, man. Yay, still twerking. The suit is still working. Suit is supposed to be for a mission 2 missions ago. Flat entire thing. That suit will drop right when I don't want it. Yeah, I'm dead. All right, I've had it with this little battle. Dang it. Damn it. Okay, drop this stupid thing. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Why? It's a disguise from a previous mission that doesn't want to drop for some odd reason. So I look goofy as hell. Way around it, I look goofy. So it's a little bit of a bug, but it's helping me a little bit. So it's because I'm not having to fight these idiots here. Dang it. I'm gonna die again. Ugh. That was frustrating. Look, I need to go undercover again. Let's hope this will fix the. Now I must go. Yay. Yep, I know the singularity coming with. Singularity will attack everything as I'm walking along. Okay. That's a bummer. Now it gets ugly. This is called can't lose at this point in time because the singularity's here. No problem, Curtis. I'm going to be going undercover as well. I still haven't dropped this stupid thing. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get to bed. This is going to be hilarious if this costume. By the way, I'm going. But costume is still working, which makes me immune to aggro until I attack. So until I get there. Nope, 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 nope. Come on. Damn it. Ah, it's time. I'm tired. So, anyways, guys, thank you for watching again. YouTube, and well, if you're on Twitch, by then, best stupid costume. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night. Back to you probably tomorrow night again. So have a good one, man.